Live.
One moment, YouTube.
Are we live?
This is from Milwaukee to Nashville. I'm your host, Daniel Goodman. This is my co-host, Christopher James. Yes, we are having fun. We are big wrestling fans. Sorry for that. We do have a wrestling podcast. We did one of those earlier.
Support the Bullet Club.
All right. So we're here to talk free agency. We're not going to talk about the cap because a lot of teams have, cap issues.
Not to mention the cap did increase by how many million? Like 3, right? Or 2?
2 million.
So that just gave teams an additional 2 million cap space. It also benefited the teams that were currently being manhandled by their penalties.
But the problem with certain teams is they were already planning on being like 7 million over the cap. So
yes, only 5 with that additional 2.
No, the Vegas, even with the additional 2, was
but
still.
Vegas, they buried themselves. Oh yeah, everybody, I shaved my beard in case you haven't noticed.
Same. We're trimming down until hockey season.
It's summertime, and we don't have playoff beards until
probably about
February.
All right, so we're going to talk about the unrestricted free agents first. These are the guys that can sign anywhere without needing an offer.
We are attempting to talk about every team, not just Predators. Yeah, this year we're introducing our overtime segment, which is where you're going to get additional content about the rest of the league, not just Milwaukee and Nashville.
And that'll be.
We got to plug additional stuff. Oh yeah, that will solely be visible on our YouTube channel.
Correct.
So subscribe to us on YouTube, like us on Facebook, watch our videos, and tell your friends.
All right, so the first free agent is Timmy Panarin. He is a free agent for Columbus.
The bread man.
Now the question,
formerly a Blackhawk.
Where do you think he goes?
Honestly, maybe Nashville.
I wouldn't say Nashville. Maybe Florida.
Why Florida?
Well, he's openly said he wants to play by the ocean.
Well, he didn't say what ocean. Maybe he ends up in San Jose because they're getting old in San Jose.
But San Jose doesn't have the cap to sign him. So
what about the Kings?
Kings are on a down spiral. He probably wants to win now.
Well, the Rangers ain't going to do anything, and I'm thinking about teams that are by an ocean. New Orleans don't have it.
Carolina.
Dallas ain't by an ocean.
Carolina.
Why not? Maybe you could end up with the Jerks.
I would say Carolina.
A bunch of jerks.
Florida. Florida really needs goaltending, so I'd probably say Bobrovsky's going to end up there, but that's part for when we get to the goaltenders.
Yeah.
Right now, this is just the forwards. So Florida, maybe Tampa Bay.
What about the Islanders? Or do you think they're good with their current situation?
I was actually going to add in the Islanders, the Devils, possibly.
Yeah, the Devils look like they're rebuilding. Or at least trying to build around. They're trying to retool and build around Taylor Hall.
And
who had it down here?
And Hughes. And Nico Hischier and PK Subban. And
do you have to keep rubbing salt into that open wound? It still hurts knowing that PK is a devil.
Do you want me to play the video of him practicing in a Devil jersey? He already did it.
I don't care. I don't want to see it.
Okay, then.
Not until the season, anyways.
Matt Duchene.
Predator.
Yeah.
All signs point to Nashville. He's even had a meeting in Nashville.
He also met with Montreal, but I don't think Montreal's got the cap to do it.
Nah, the Predators, they got rid of PK. That opened up all sorts of cap space. Yeah, I said Duchene's going to be a Predator when it's all said and done.
From the looks of it, he's going to be getting about $9 million. The cap hit will be around $5 million.
Wait, how's that work?
Incentives.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's why incentives don't count toward the cap, just straight salary. Correct?
Yes. And however, if it is a $9 million cap hit,
that ain't too bad because they only have like 18 million.
But keep the years short. I'm going to be honest, keep the years short so you have an easy out.
It's like maybe a 3-year deal, $9 million per?
4 or 5. I'd say 4 or 5 years.
Well, you said keep it short. I'm thinking like
but
maybe
he's 28, 29.
So he still has 4 or 5 years left.
He has about 4 or 5 years where he's at his peak. So that's about where that is. Joe Pavelski.
Retirement.
Dallas. Just
You honestly think San Jose is not going to try to keep them together?
I doubt it. They have with the Carlson.
In your opinion, is San Jose in a rebuild mode?
I think San Jose handicapped themselves with the Carlson deal. So what they did is they signed Carlson for 11.5.
Yeah.
Okay. They already had 2 defensemen over $7 million.
Yeah, well, some owners are willing to eat that cap hit. They're willing to eat that penalty.
Here's the thing: if you go to
what's the penalty on being over the cap?
It is initially if you're $10 million over the cap,
yeah,
you lose your first round pick.
Uh-huh.
So, and then they give that to whoever. So
it's sort of your pick becomes a supplemental pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I say Pavelski. He either.
I wouldn't be surprised to say Nashville if Duchesne doesn't sign.
Yeah, but what's the likelihood of Duchesne not signing? Nashville meets all the things that he wants out of his next city.
Yeah.
So, like I said, in Nashville, all signs point to Duchesne. Pavelski, I'd hate to see you leave San Jose, but if you want to go somewhere, I really don't know.
Mats Zuccarello, sorry.
Anaheim, they need help.
Yeah.
Anaheim needs all the help they want. They're going to be losing Gibson. Yeah. Hell, Pavelski, Anaheim. So he'll stay in the same state. He won't have to uproot his family. And he apparently likes the ocean. Last time I checked, Anaheim's by an ocean. Sure, it's just south of L.A., but he'll be close to L.A., he'll be close to his family in San Jose. He'll be by an ocean.
Did you know Pavelski lives in Madison?
Well, I'm sure because he is a Wisconsin boy.
But Matt Zuccarello, right winger, Dallas.
I'll go just because I'm going to take a shot in the dark, and I'm going to say Carolina. Why not?
Okay.
Why not? Carolina. They have cap room. They have enough pieces around them. Add one more piece that could probably get them farther in the playoffs.
I was actually going to swerve you. Buffalo.
That's you being pro Buffalo.
No, actually, he's a New Yorker. So, Buffalo. I wouldn't be surprised to see Buffalo.
Yeah, but if you wanted to do that, why don't you go to the Rangers? They're at least
he got traded from them twice already.
Oh, what about the Islanders? Played for the other team in New York.
That's where I was going with Anders Lee, who happens to play for the Islanders. I believe he resigns.
Flip-flop. I'd say Anders Lee, they'd be stupid to let him go. I say resign him. Don't give him a boatload of money, but give him just enough to keep him.
Gustav Nyquist. Oofka. That's another one of those.
Minnesota. Just because I'm a homer for Minnesota, even though I'm not actually from Minnesota.
I was gonna.
Because Minnesota needs to do something. Like seriously, they're handicapped for at least the next 2 years.
I was actually gonna say if Florida doesn't get Panarin, that would be a good fit for Nyquist. Florida. I'm not trying to
just because I want Minnesota to do good, I'll say Minnesota. They're already.
Otherwise,
screwed.
I was honestly also thinking Arizona because they got a lot of money.
The Coyotes. Eh?
They got upside and a lot of money. And he would add a good veteran to the locker room.
Yeah, but there's really no fan base down there. That could actually be a drawing point because he wouldn't have to worry about getting mobbed by millions of fans. But Arizona don't got a lot of fans. I watch their games on TV. Their arenas are half empty. Tell me I'm wrong.
Kind of like ours on a Tuesday.
Well, we're talking minor league compared to almost
actually, at one point this year,
one sellout in Arizona.
Wow. No, there was a point this year where the Admirals had a higher attendance on the same day than Arizona did.
Dude, that happened a lot. Arizona barely has fans.
But they were also in Glendale, where all their fans are in Phoenix.
But Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's right.
That's where they started, and they moved to Glen. They moved to
Yeah, but ain't they moving back?
Yeah, they're planning on moving back in the next 2 years once the arena is built. Marcus Johansson, Boston. He's currently with. Well, he has until Monday to sign with Boston before noon.
Well, who they got besides him at his position in Boston?
Marchand.
Who else?
That's it.
They need more than just one line, so I'd say keep.
Uh,
Boston's not a bad team, people. The Bruins are not a bad team.
Justin Williams. He's a right winger for Carolina.
They'll stay. Carolina has a good spot. Kid's young.
Washington.
Really?
I think he'll want to go back and play with OV and end his career there.
Yeah, well, who that? Braden Orpik just retired, so they
Jumbo Joe.
Ooh, I think he's a lifer in San Jose. I think he wants to retire a Shark.
Okay,
that's my personal belief. I think he might be a lifer. I think he'd be willing to take a lesser contract, maybe more incentives to kind of supplement the lack of cap. I say that's the kind of guy Thornton is. Maybe they get Pavelski to stay if Thornton takes less.
Yeah.
Because isn't Pavelski younger than Jumbo Joe?
About the same age. Pretty close.
Well, I think, in that case, how about they both be lifers but willing to take less money per year but more incentives? Because they're both two fairly healthy players on a regular basis. And they're consistent.
Well, there's been heavy talks
and they're
of
good
Joe
Thornton.
There's been heavy talks with Joe Pavelski in Dallas.
I don't know, dude. Dallas. Like, who does Dallas have? And why would anybody want to play in Dallas?
Winter Classic this year.
That's about it. That's all they got. The Winter Classic against the Predators.
Michael Freeland.
Jamie Benn down there in Dallas is all right.
Tyler Seguin's okay.
Ben Bishop, his better years are behind him because everybody knows Ben Bishop was way better when he was a goalie with
Ben Bishop got stuck behind guys like Chris Mason and Martin Brodeur when they were in St. Louis because Brodeur was in St. Louis for a year.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Michael Freeland, left and right winger for Carolina.
I said they're going to try to keep that team together as much as possible.
I agree.
Because, Carolina, they realized how far they came this year. They're going to try to keep everybody together. They'd be stupid not to.
Brett Connolly, Washington. He's a left and right winger. I said he resigns.
Yeah, I say he'll stay with the Great Eight. If you don't want to play with Ovechkin, then what the hell are you?
Wayne Simmons. Back to Philly.
Philly. He'll be a gritty. I don't think he wanted to leave Philly in the first place. I bet you he was Philly's version of the PK trade. Just to clear up some cap space.
Yeah. Corey Perry.
Either Minnesota or Nashville.
I would agree with that. I think Minnesota could definitely use a guy like Corey Perry. Same with Nashville. It would definitely, if you add Duchesne and Andre at a low price, it would be very helpful. Ryan Dzingel, Columbus. I believe he resigns.
Yeah, Columbus, their owner is what's handicapping that too.
I believe he resigns. I believe he's the lone one from the Ottawa deal that resigns. Derek Brassard currently plays for Colorado.
I really don't care because the only good thing about Colorado is their McKinnon line.
He resigns.
I think Colorado needs to go after some free agents because, McKinnon and Landeskog, they
don't have the cap.
Yeah, but they can't do it all.
They paid them a butt ton of money to stay, and now they have no money to pay anybody else.
And Mikko Rantanen, that line is just dominant. But after you get past their first line in Colorado,
I know this is going to be funny. Brendan Peary, Vegas. So anywhere but.
People are leaving Vegas because Vegas don't got any salary cap available.
And Alex Chiasson, Edmonton, probably same thing, anywhere but. Edmonton's probably going to go through a rebuild phase again.
So, rest in peace, Connor McDavid. Sorry about your career, dude. You got drafted by a bad team.
Bad ownership, bad team leadership, bad everything.
The only good about Edmonton is their loyal fan base. That's the only good about Edmonton.
I give Edmonton's fan base
Dude,
all the
Edmonton's fan
respect
base
in
is
the world.
die hard as they come. Like, literally.
Them in Montreal.
Our Canadian fan bases are extremely diehard. Even Toronto hockey fans
I'll
are
give it
diehard
to also
as
to
they
the
go.
Rangers in Boston as far as that goes.
Yeah, I'm just not a New York person in general, so...
I mean, I don't like the East Coast, but we all know how loyal Boston and New York Rangers fans are. They sell out. Your top free agent as defenseman is Jake Gardner, Toronto.
I have no opinion on him.
I don't know.
Yeah, I have no opinion, so I really don't know where he'd end up.
Tyler Myers, he plays for Winnipeg.
I'd say he'd be signed. Winnipeg's a decent team, dude. The Jets are
good. I think he'll go somewhere else. Where is to be determined.
Yeah, that's a toss-up. Do you think he'll sign early or late?
Late. I think it'll be a late sign. And this one will probably fly off pretty quickly, but Sergei Bobrovsky, Columbus.
You think he'll resign or go?
He already sold his home in Columbus. I believe he's gone. They made him so mad. He wanted to be traded at the deadline, and what did they do? They just went and got a bunch of guys and gave up their future. And I say Florida, Boston, New York, the Rangers that being, and maybe Arizona. Just because those teams need goalies, a top goalie.
I'll say LA. LA needs a goalie. Budai ain't that great. Quick ain't as quick as he used to be.
I believe that would be good, but at the same time, I believe the cap that they have in all the guys that they have it in.
But it's LA. LA doesn't care about caps. All they care about is style. They don't give a crap.
But they've got to build that team back into a championship team, and if they keep losing first-round picks because of supplemental, they're going to be screwed for a long time.
What about Anaheim? Anaheim, they're in a rebuild mode too.
But they opened up a ton of cap.
So do you think he'd be a good land? Do you think Anaheim would be a good landing spot?
No, I think John Gibson sticks around there for a while. That's going to be a good spot to build defensemen and forwards in front of him and put a team in the.
Well, who's the younger between the two?
Gibson.
Okay.
Peter Mrazek, Carolina. He resigns.
Yeah. And he slowly becoming a franchise player in Carolina.
Yeah. Robin Leonard.
Sure.
Robin Leonard, New York Islanders. He was a Masterson Trophy.
He'll probably resign.
The Islanders would be stupid not to re-sign him.
But the Islanders are not that smart.
Simeon,
have you not paid attention to the Islanders over the last couple of years, letting a certain Tavares go?
But Toronto was also kind of dumb giving him as much money as they did. They did handicap that. They did handicap those. Simeon Varlamov, Colorado. His best years are behind him, but we know that. So, where would he be a good fit as far as a stable goalie to be a veteran goalie to be behind a young goalie? I actually was thinking Tampa Bay because they don't really have a good backup.
Yeah, they don't have anybody for Vasilevsky. Yeah, you're right.
So I was actually going to say he might take
maybe he could help increase Vasilevsky's ability.
Yeah, so it might.
Give him some pointers. Try to keep him more consistent.
Back to the Bobrovsky thing. I just thought of this too. Calgary.
Yeah, it's one of the dark horses nobody really thinks of as a landing spot for free agents.
Mike Smith, who currently plays for Calgary. But his best years are definitely behind him.
I'll say
Minnesota.
Yeah, why not? Minnesota does all sorts of dopey-ass things.
Curtis McElhaney.
No, it is, as a Minnesota Wild fan, it is so hard for me not to rip that team. I'm ripping my own team. It's so easy to do it. It's hard not to.
Curtis McElhaney, Carolina. If Mrazek doesn't sign, he resigns.
Besides up in the air, he'll probably be like a mid to late signing.
To the better of my knowledge, I believe Cam Talbot Cam Talbot, Philadelphia. I don't think he resigns.
No, I think
because they just re-signed Bill Elliott, who happened to be their starter earlier in the year, and then they're going to let Carter Hart take that spot as starter.
Maybe he's the one that ends up in LA.
Yeah, I was thinking that.
Because LA didn't need goalies, because Jonathan Quick's getting up there. And,
believe it or not, I would not be surprised.
And Budai ain't that great. He's just not.
As far as it being a cap dump for Edmonton at the time, and trying to give Philadelphia goaltenders, which they were hurting at the time.
At the time, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him go back to Edmonton, even though they traded him.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for a player to do 2 stints of work with a team.
All right. That has been...
Wait, who's watching?
No one.
Oh.
I was just kind of going through stuff. That has been the top unrestricted free agents. Now on to this list, which is the top restricted free agents.
Yay, more hockey talk.
All right. Mitch Marner, Toronto.
Resign.
Mikko Rantanen, Colorado.
Resign.
You think they'll handicap themselves on those two?
Why not? They know what they got. But
I mean, I know they know what they got, but do you really think if a team goes, here's $10 million, here's 5 fourth-round picks for the next 5 years, fine. He'll
re-sign unless
they give him top money.
Yeah, unless he'll re-sign with Colorado, unless somebody makes Colorado a sweet-ass offer for him.
Well, pretty much.
Because honestly, wouldn't you feel stupid for letting a top-notch player like that go?
I think the same thing goes for Mitch Marner and Mikko Rantanen. If it goes over a certain amount, you just got to go, hey, I'll take the compensation and hopefully...
You have a great career, dude, later.
Because at what point do you
See, the problem I'm having with this show is like, you're asking me to play GM and you're trying to turn a fanboy into a GM. It's kind of hard to do because I develop attachments to certain players.
All right. Well, with those two, do you think...
Honestly, it would be stupid to break up that line, but if it kills your salary cap, something's got to give because you need to improve your second and third line because all you got is your front line.
And with them getting that 4th pick in the draft, they have that ability to throw a guy like Dustin Krebs right to the Wolves right away. So, barring his ACL tear, rehab
not
goes well.
Not to mention... don't the Colorado Eagles got some top people the Avalanche could use to supplement guys if guys are lost or traded?
Same thing with Toronto. So
we have to take that into account too because a lot of teams do have really good players in the AHL.
Similar to us with Tolvanen and Richard and stuff like that. Yeah. So Braden Point, Tampa Bay. I think he's gone.
Yeah, I say he'll move up the road to Florida.
This one always makes you laugh, but Sebastian Aho. Carolina. He resigns. They take whatever. They have the cap to take.
Those jerks will take Aho.
Yeah. Here's where it gets tricky because Winnipeg does not have any cap space right now to the better. Patrick Laine.
I want him in Minnesota, but we can't afford them.
Nobody can.
Raise the salary cap more. $100 million.
It will be within the next 5 years. I'll tell you that right now.
We need it within the next year and a half. Where are these internet tycoons and their hundreds of billions of dollars? Infuse that into the NHL and raise the salary cap to $100 million.
All right.
That way the Wild can get out of salary cap purgatory.
All right. But where do you think
Predators aren't in purgatory, so I'm not sweating their salary cap. They're good currently.
Matthew Tkachuk, Calgary. He resigns.
Yeah, he's a lifer in Calgary. I can't see him going anywhere unless somebody makes out a Calgary offer they can't refuse.
Brock Besser, Vancouver.
He'll stay.
Timo Meier, San Jose.
He'll stay.
That's where that whole Joe
Pavelski taking less to keep the core together.
But then they lose Meyer, and that's a pain in the neck for them. So it is.
So they might as well take less to keep Meyer because Meyer's good. And he's also younger than those two as well. So
here's another one for Winnipeg. Kyle Connor, who happened to be one of their top guys coming out of the AHL this year. I say he resigns, but if he resigns, Laine's gone.
So where's Laine going to end up?
And Laine's going to end up somewhere. Somebody's got the cap space somewhere. I was actually joking with somebody that said Laine to Arizona. Get it? Winnipeg to former Winnipeg?
Dude, I mean, if Arizona got the cap to take Laine, take
Ryan Donato, Minnesota.
Yeah, I know who Donato is.
I think he resigns.
Yeah, I mean, either resign or he's going to be in the AHL because I just don't see anybody trading for Donato.
Here's another guy from San Jose, Kevin LeBlanc, who was in the top 5 of Rookie of the Year.
Oh, he's still young, so re-signing him shouldn't be too big of an issue.
Unless he wants to get paid. So that's
all right. What year of his contract is he in?
He is in year 4.
Oh. But he was only a top 5er in the Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, he spent 2 years in the AHL.
Oh, what's his current cap hit?
His current cap hit is 1.5.
He might want like 3. Get really paid. I'd say he should resign because $3 million shouldn't be that much of a paid for them.
But $3 million for him, $3 million for Meyer. That pretty much eliminates them signing Pavelski and Thornton. Thornton maybe. Thornton's a maybe, but Pavelski's definitely out of there.
Well, fine. Why doesn't Pavelski just go to Minnesota?
That's the question. Where is it going to come from? Where is all this money going to come from? And that's the question. We're all asking ourselves.
I hate this question. That's why these off-season shows give me headaches, but they're good questions.
All right, this one's a no-brainer. Jacob Perrano, Washington.
Yeah, he'll stay.
Travis Konecny, Philadelphia, he'll stay. Andreas Johansson, Toronto.
He might stay or go to Vancouver.
Okay. Kasperi Kapanen, Toronto. He'll stay.
Yeah.
He has a good relationship with Austin Matthews, so he'll probably stay. Colorado, Alexander Kerfoot. He had 32 points. That's funny.
Yeah, he's going to Seattle.
Probably.
In the meantime, he's going to make a pit stop in
Ottawa.
Yeah, before he ends up in Seattle.
I actually think he'll end up in Ottawa for a while. I think Seattle will probably protect him. Colin White, Ottawa.
You think Ottawa will protect him from Seattle? You said maybe Seattle will protect him. Exactly. You're already incorporating Seattle into the NHL landscape.
All right,
we don't even know a team name in Seattle. We just know they're the Seattle.
This is a no-brainer. Colin White, Ottawa.
No reason.
Pavel Buchnevich, New York. Rangers.
Yeah, I didn't see too much Ranger stuff this year. Just for the sake of
Kevin Fiala.
No reason.
Yep. Their GM will make sure of that. Dante Heenan in Boston. He'll resign. Yeah. Anthony Bellivier, Islanders. Ooh. They got the money.
Yeah, but I think maybe Boston will throw. If it doesn't kill their salary cap.
Well, Boston's got to worry about this one right here. We're now into the defenseman. Charlie McAvoy, Boston.
Oh, if he doesn't re-sign with Boston, Boston is screwed.
Yeah.
Because it was fun watching McAvoy play.
This is where Columbus is going to get nailed with that cap. Zach Werenski, top 3 in Rookie of the Year.
Ooh.
That's going to cost.
Man, you guys better find a way to keep your rookie. Or not your rookie, but your young guy, I should say.
Ivan Provorov, Philadelphia. They got to keep him. Jacob Trouba, Rangers. He already said he's going to stay. So
he'll either re-sign for a good amount or he'll take a slightly reduced with some.
Will Butcher, New Jersey Devils.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't joking.
No, I wasn't looking at that. I was looking at the thingy on the side.
Oh, how about how PK Subban Predators jerseys are 50% off on Fanatics?
No, I actually saw a Tampa Bay Lightning jersey, and I thought it was like an alternate jersey, so I didn't quite see the Lightning ball.
All right, yeah.
I'm sorry, I got distracted.
All right, so Will Butcher, New Jersey Devils. I believe he'll resign so they can pair him up with Subban.
Yeah, I guess.
You want to get Subban a solid defensive partner. All right.
Yeah.
St. Louis, Jordan Binghamton.
They'll resign him. They better. The way they were sweating them all playoff long, you damn right they better resign him.
David Rittich, Calgary.
I have no idea who that is. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I legit don't know who that is.
Well, from what I do know of him, he was backup to Maz when Maz was playing in juniors.
Yeah, see, I legit don't know who he is. This dog.
From the one time I saw him when, who was that was here? Was that like the Heat? The Stockton Heat?
You're right, Stockton Heat.
They were here a couple years ago, and I saw him play.
They were just here last year, Stockton.
Yeah, I saw him then, and he was playing well. And literally the day after, he got called up and started and was playing well up there. So I believe he resigns. Sam Montembeault, Florida, if you don't re-sign him and you don't get a top goalie.
Hey, Florida ain't that bright. I'm sorry, Florida, you're just not.
Luongo's gone.
I'm trying to be unbiased here. That's why I'm ripping any team that does stupid stuff.
Buffalo,
including my own.
Buffalo, Linus Ullmark. I believe he's gone.
Yeah, Buffalo, you gotta like make sure you have enough cap space to jump in the free agent pool next year. Because you need to get Eichel a cup at some point in his career. Or you need to get rid of Eichel so he can pursue a cup.
All right, Jonas.
Honestly, I don't see Buffalo winning a cup anytime soon.
Jonas Corposalo. Columbus. He resigns. He resigns because
they'll find something. If not, they'll just eat the penalty. Some teams, they'll just eat the penalty if they have no other choice. It's either eat the penalty trying to compete or don't try to compete, lose your fan base, and not make any money. Hey, the bread man, Artemi Panarin, is meeting with the Florida Panthers and Rangers.
I told you, he wanted to play for Deer and Ocean.
Yeah. Maybe palm trees down there in Florida are appealing to him.
Oh, add in a new free.
Marlowe.
Where just as a bonus here, Patrick Marleau was bought out by the Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes.
Why do I keep thinking of Canadians for him?
He was with the Toronto Maple Leafs, a Canadian team. Is that why you're having issues?
No, I was thinking of something else. I heard rumor he wanted to go to Montreal, but Patrick Marleau. Where do you think he is?
Yeah, the Hurricanes bought out his contract, making him a free agent.
Yep.
I'm in Nashville. I want everybody good in Nashville.
As a hockey podcast, we're going to sit here and say much thank you to Lou.
Yeah, way to go, Roberto. You've been fun to watch, man.
20 years in the NHL.
As a goalie. A top-level goalie at that, for most of it anyways.
Yeah, even last year he was still playing good hockey.
Yeah, so long, Roberto Luongo. It's been fun watching you play, buddy. Enjoy retirement, man.
I had heard jokes between him and Henrik Lundqvist about how they were going to, when they all get old and retire in a retirement home, they're going to be playing hockey in wheelchairs.
Right.
And it's been going back and forth with them, too, on Twitter.
Well, why not?
It makes me laugh.
You know damn well Henrik Lundqvist is getting up there, too, in age.
There's that.
Yep, Duchesne visits Predators after meeting with Canadians. So it's down to Montreal, Nashville for Matt Duchesne.
And I believe that
Mountain Music City.
I
Get
believe
yourself a blonde-haired, cutie country singer chick, and it'll be all good.
I believe he's married, but I don't want to get
Whatever, little menage a trois. Sorry.
Anyway,
Wait, could I say that in the show? I was trying to be not like.
it was meant as a joke.
Yeah.
That's all. Yeah. But I was gonna say,
Hey, remember, I'm the controversial one. You're the dude. You're more PC than me. That's funny.
I know if you look at my Facebook page, I'm not.
That's funny. You're more PC than me. I'm
Anyway-
so not PC. I don't even
Anyway.
post stuff on Facebook.
Anyway, at the taxes for an NHL player, if Montreal paid him $9 million, okay,
But the tax situation in Tennessee is actually nicer than a good chunk of the country. That's
anyway.
good.
So if he signed with Montreal, and the taxes in Montreal would put his contract at $9 million, he'd only make 4.7.
Ouch. Yeah, he'd want to
In
go somewhere where he makes
Nashville,
the most money
He would
possible.
make 5.9 with taxes
Close
because
to
there are
Just say
feathers.
6. Round up and say 6.
Yeah. So, well, you know how the Federal Bureau works.
But you're not a bureaucrat, are you, Mr. PC?
No,
I'm going to
just
start
saying.
calling you Mr. PC because you're more PC than me.
I know. I yell at you all the time.
Yeah, right? A lot of people yell at me, and I still do my thing.
All right, there you go. Pavelski visits with Stars and Lightning.
No wonder you kept hinting at Pavelski going to the Stars. You knew something I didn't.
Well, I said I did.
What? Tampa Bay would be an okay spot for Pavelski. I mean,
Actually,
why not?
it would
Tampa Bay
make-
has a good team.
Okay, Tampa Bay are legit contenders next year.
No, they're legit contenders for the President's Trophy. Legit contenders for the Cup. We'll see.
If they add Pavelski, that makes them legit contenders.
Yeah, if. That's a big if. Now, what if he goes to Dallas? And you saw how well Dallas played in the playoffs this year.
Ooh.
Would Dallas get bumped up to legit status?
All right. So, Mitch Marner.
Marner doesn't need to rush contract with Maple Leafs. Nylander says. Oh.
But Nylander didn't play for the Leafs until like November.
I was about to say last season.
Like November. He literally held out till November.
Yeah.
It's like,
Could there be a bit of a rivalry brewing amongst teammates?
all right, I don't want to read that.
Yeah, that's still rubbing salt in the wound. I can't believe that trade actually happened.
All right.
Because usually your rumors about something, the rumor usually doesn't happen. But in this case, the PK rumor did happen.
All right.
If he was one of the guys' jerseys, I was actually going to pick up.
Yep, now you get to buy a Peckett jersey.
I was already planning on that fool.
All right.
I'll get Rocco Grimaldi. I like Rocco. Hopefully we don't get rid of him. And, until after they get a cup.
Let's talk about this.
I don't want him.
Really?
Well, Eric Holla, he was a good player in Minnesota. He was okay with Vegas, and now he's gone to the Germs, Carolina.
He also had injury issues in Vegas. They played him on the top line. They had guys around him that
Honestly,
worked.
I thought Minnesota was stupid for putting him out there for Vegas in the first place.
Well, it was either that or they were going to lose like Zucker or Suter or.
I would have liked them to take Suter because that's like a nice little albatross hanging around the neck of Minnesota Wild fans. At least Parisi's producing. There, I stuck up for Zach Parise. Wild fans, you happy?
Actually, Suter led the team in plus minus.
Now you're just grasping at straws because he's a former Admiral.
No, former Badger.
And he's a former Admiral.
All right.
Fantasy. Who needs it? I do not plan on playing fantasy hockey this season.
Neither do I. I did it
It's
last
too
year.
much of a headache. It really is. I'd rather play fantasy basketball. It's easy to figure out.
let's talk about the. We're gonna do a little side mission here and talk about the Preds opener. What's up?
Is that the hockey logo or the wrestling one?
That's wrestling.
Are we putting our video on the damn wrestling page instead of the hockey page? Are you sure?
Look, that's where that's at.
Oh, but we're going
That's
on
just-
Facebook, right?
Yes. We're
Make
on
sure,
both.
make sure the Facebook page is hockey as well, because you don't want to accidentally post a. Okay.
We don't want to do this again. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just making sure we didn't have another technical issue because I just spotted something with our computer. I'm being vigilant.
It just gives me notifications
All right.
from our wrestling page while we're on this one.
All right, the NHL announced that the 2019-2020 home opener for the Predators will be October 3rd versus the Wild.
During that
see about
homestand, they also play against Detroit, San Jose, and Washington before they go on a 3-game road trip to LA, Vegas, and Arizona.
I'll be back. I gotta blow my nose. I was actually looking for a tissue. If things get good financially, October 3rd, depending on the Admiral schedule, we'll be down there in Nashville.
Our home opener.
If the financial situation gets better.
Because
Because I still have hope things will get better. Because we still got a couple of months to get better. Saying, excuse me for having a little faith, all right? Trying to have a little faith in the situation. Damn it, I want to go to Nashville.
First off, I wanted to talk a little bit more because we did find out more about the PK Subban trade.
Elaborate.
Okay, so Poyle said that if Fabro didn't sign, the PK trade would have never happened. They'd have kept it.
So basically, they were letting Fabro's decision determine whether or not to get rid of PK.
Well, his decision.
Is Fabro supposed to be the guy to replace PK essentially? Is that how it seems to be shaking out? He was the guy that's supposed to come in and replace PK, or what's the deal? Because of the way you made it sound, they were planning on replacing PK with Fabro.
That's the plan. Okay, so
That's what I'm getting at. Was that their plan?
that wasn't the initial plan, barring Duchesne not making free agency.
Yeah.
But the
now that Duchesne is a free agent and all signs are pointing to the Music City.
If they had a chance at a top 6 forward, they have to take it right now. And adding in a guy like him and Corey Perry and maybe even Pavelski, because I'm pretty sure Pavelski's going to want to meet with Nashville too.
Yeah. I mean, why not? See what Nashville can offer. Dude, I'd be cool if Pavelski signed. I'd be happy with that. He'd be productive, and we need guys that are consistently productive.
And actually, believe it or not, we have the youngest forward core in the entire NHL.
Yeah, well, younger is not always better, but it is a slight benefit.
That's why I'm saying adding a veteran like him would be a little bit of help.
Yeah.
Also, sign Patrick Marleau. If you haven't noticed, over the last 2 years, everyone who's left the Leafs have won a cup.
Left the league or left the pros?
Left the Leafs.
Oh, Maple Leafs, gotcha. I thought you said league.
Maple Leafs. Leaf.
I'm deaf.
I'm aware.
Shut up. Jackass.
Started whispering.
Don't make me give you some sign language that might not be PC. If you catch my drift. Read between the lines. Okay, I'll just put it that way. Read between the lines.
It's weird. I did go to. I went to my elementary.
No, let's talk hockey.
I was actually.
Hockey.
Okay. Speaking of, anyway, Roman Josi, Matthias Ekholm, and Ryan Ellis all said, with Fabro playing the way he did in the playoffs, I believe he is a young player who could be still good, and it freed us up to be able to trade a guy like PK Subban. Now, adding that in, the Nashville Predators now have one of the youngest defensemen core with playoff and cup experience.
Well, already big. Because we don't need a bunch of small defenders. We need at least medium size, if anything.
Well, Ekholm is 6'4", Yossi's 6'2", and Ellis is, I think, like 5'11".
I'd say it's about medium size.
So they're about middle of the way.
Because we need medium sized guys, so that way you get that combination of power and speed. Because if you're all power, there's a good chance you're slow and you'll get burned.
I was also going to say that if you add in, there's guys out there that you need like the power. You got guys like Dion Phaneuf, who's at the end of his career. If you could grab him with that little bit of old veteran, that veteran experience he has,
Yeah.
and the times he's been with Cup teams and stuff like that, because he's played in LA, he's played in Toronto, he's played in Calgary. He's been with a lot of good hockey players, guys like Phil Kessel and Jerome McGinley and stuff. Now, I know that's making us all feel old.
I already had enough old people moments today, so I don't need any more. Just let's carry on.
Anyway, I believe that he would carry some veteran to be able, outside of Ham Hughes, to be able to help our defensive core. Therefore, giving us the ability to waive a guy like Yannick Weber or Irwin when we need to.
Do you think they'll get? When do you think they would release Weber or Irwin?
I think that would happen more during the season, seeing how training camp went.
Okay, early season or deadline?
Training camp, like the roster deadline from training camp.
Oh, but early, actually. Well, early then. You just answered my question. Earlier deadline. Deadline meaning the trade deadline at the halfway point of the season.
I'm talking. There is a roster deadline between waivers and non-waiver in the NHL. It is normally 3 days before the season starts that you can send guys who are available on waivers through the waiver line, and most teams won't grab them because they're sending guys themselves through the waiver line, and if they clear, that leaves them handicapped in a way. So, so adding that in, I think that a guy like Irwin or Weber going through the waiver line, though it looks enticing, it may not be what you want to pull at that moment. Because you're going to want to put trust in the guys that you already got. Because how would you feel if you signed somewhere, you had a roster spot, and then this guy they claimed off waivers took your spot?
Yeah, it would be pretty good.
So
you bust your ass in training camp only to be told, yeah, you worked your ass off for a spot on the bench.
Yeah, you get to sit up, you get to ride the pine for a little while, and that's basically what the Preds did to Brad Hunt that one year when they picked him up off of waivers from St. Louis, and he was with the Wolves, and it was terrorizing. He was terrorizing the Admirals with assists that year, and the Preds picked him up and did not put him back on waivers. They didn't even play him. He just got to sit there and get paid. So that's that. Looking forward, let's take a look here because I have.
What is there to look forward to as far as hockey goes currently?
The camp development game is on Saturday.
So yeah, we'll probably have to check the Twitter wire and find out if there's any news that breaks out of that.
All right, so the camp invite roster. Is this yes, this is the updated one. I had to make sure it was the right one. All right, so Rem Pitlick played for Minnesota in the Big Ten, was a top center in college. Do you think he ends up in Milwaukee for a year for just the development of the pro game?
Yeah, at least 1 year. I can't see him being here longer than a year.
Matthew Olivier, we all know what that road means.
Yeah, he'll be back.
He did sign an entry-level deal with the Predators, so that's a good thing. Illy Tolvanen.
Yeah, which means he could be bouncing around kind of like how Freddie Gaudreau did.
Illy Tolvanen.
He'll probably spend some time in Milwaukee, but ultimately I think he ends up like Rocco and staying full-time in Nashville.
I think they give him about 2 months to get more versed.
Yeah, he'll be here longer. He'll be here longer than Rocco, but he'll still end up like Grimaldi.
Get his legs going on the season, and then they'll call him up.
Yeah.
But if he doesn't get his legs going, then
That'll be
that's on him.
Yeah, right.
In a way, I'm not trying to downplay him, but that is on him. Lucas Craig, he'll be here. Patrick Harper, he is currently going back for his last year at Boston College unless the Preds sign him. You have Josh Wilkes, who just signed. He'll be here.
Here as in Milwaukee.
Yes, in Milwaukee. So for all of you, if I'm saying here,
Nashville.
For all you in Nashville, if I say here, we're in Milwaukee. So here is
in
Milwaukee. Yes.
And it's not Nashville, it's Smashville.
Joachim Kondalik, he is
here, probably.
I believe he goes back to college for one more year.
Really? Why?
Just to get a little more time on the smaller ice.
Yeah, I suppose. But you could get that experience playing in Milwaukee, too. So
I'd take the college education while I'm at it.
Yeah, we are talking about hockey players. They are one of the smarter athletes out there.
Ross Amore.
Maybe here. For a little bit, anyways.
Bemidji State World Hockey Association.
Maybe he's in college.
I believe he'll end up here.
For at least a little bit, if anything.
In Milwaukee. Alexander Campbell. I believe.
I honestly don't know who that is.
Juniors. I believe he goes back to juniors.
Yeah, because I've never heard that name, Campbell.
Okay. Philip Tommaso. He has 2 years left of junior eligibility.
He'll probably be junior.
I believe he'll be in the juniors for at least one more year till he hits 19.
And then come up here?
And then get signed to Milwaukee and get assigned here.
Yeah.
So,
or get signed with Nashville and get assigned here.
Correct.
You said sign with Milwaukee, get assigned here. I'm like,
okay. Igor Afanazenev.
Overseas.
He is currently committed to Connecticut University.
Oh, never mind college. I thought he was going to be overseas.
Grant Mismash. He still has 3 more years of college eligibility.
Yeah, he'll probably stay in college.
He's at North Dakota.
Yeah, he'll stay at college. The Fighting Sioux's a good hockey school.
Yuso Parsons. I believe he comes over right away and plays in Milwaukee. He's 6'2", a winger. I think he needs that experience here. So I think that's that case. Andrew Coxhead.
I really don't know.
He currently has no more years of junior eligibility. He's 6'4", a right-handed shot. I say Milwaukee.
Yeah, possibly. Shut up.
I'm sorry, I'm a bad influence of that name.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
All right, Zach Megwood, Florida. Most likely.
Trade him, probably.
I honestly believe that he may end up with the Florida Everblades. He's still under contract for 2 more years.
So he'll be in this system. He'll be one of those guys that the Admirals call up at the end of the year if the injury bug's crippling us.
Yes. Isaiah Walther.
Probably here.
I say he says 1 more year in Sweden with the Swedish Elite League, where he could play with grown men and get a little faster and bigger and learn and just go that way, and then come over next year.
Yeah, then next year he'll have to get used to playing on a smaller ice surface. I'd say he'd probably be better off coming over here.
All right, Thomas Novak.
Probably
here, Milwaukee. What was that? Bobby McCann, Colgate University.
How many years of eligibility you got left?
0.
He'll probably be in Milwaukee. It may be Nashville if he impresses during camp.
Tanner Janelle, Milwaukee.
Yeah, Janelle.
I believe.
I have no issue with Tanner Janelle. He's a good dude.
He shines bright like a diamond.
Yeah.
And he definitely gives shiners.
Right.
Hunter Garlett.
How much left does he have in a contract? Or not
None,
contract,
but he
but
is
college?
apparently he is signed by Milwaukee,
So he's an admiral already.
according to How Acquired.
Huh.
He went to St. Mary University in Canada.
I was going to say, I'd never heard that before.
All right, Jeremy Davies. He was acquired in the PK Subban trade.
Probably here.
Brendan Fortuno signed. He's signed by Nashville.
Oh, okay. So he won't be.
He'll probably be here.
Maybe a conditioning.
I believe he needs a year of pro, and then he'll be fine. All right. Dylan Moulton. What is that?
Look at you.
Moulton. He is from Knowlesville, Tennessee. He plays for the USHL Green Bay Gamblers.
Hey. Here. I'll just say Milwaukee. Instead of saying here or there, just say Milwaukee or Nashville.
Yeah. Dante Fabro, Nashville.
Yeah.
That's a no-brainer.
They ain't letting him come to Milwaukee unless the wheels or the skates fall off here early.
Mark Del Gazio. I believe he goes back to UMass.
Yeah, get college. Get your education. You know you got a pro home ready for you.
All right. Jeremy, I almost say Buchler. Buchler? If I say Bueller, he's going to rename like a horse.
Bueller.
Adam Smith. He's currently signed with Milwaukee.
Yeah, he'll be here.
Adam Karshikin. He is with Connecticut. Still has a year left.
He'll be in college.
I would actually not be surprised to see him in Milwaukee.
Do you honestly think he's going to forego his final year eligibility in college? A lot of college players like being in hockey.
Well, if you
especially if they're not getting offered enough money to play.
Actually, I was going to say, if you really look at it, he could, because he's in the Big East, he could technically still transfer his college credits to a school in Milwaukee and finish while playing here.
Yeah,
I've seen players do it.
But will he? That's the question. Will he?
Well, that's the to be determined part.
So you don't have an answer for that? Okay.
Actually, he's done. He's too old to be in college anymore, so I think he's got to end up here.
Tell that the doctors. They're in college until they're like 30 with all the years of schooling they got to go through.
David Ferentz, who happens to be the second highest defensive prospect right now for the Predators. He also goes to Boston University.
He'll stay. Everybody loves that college for whatever reason.
I say
Boston U's one of them schools not many people want to turn away from.
Spencer Young, he has one more year of no more. He has no more years. Providence Hockey. I believe that's just a camp invite.
He'll be here.
Spencer Stasny, he was a 5th-round pick last year. I think he spends 2 to 3 more years in the Big Ten with Notre Dame. Ben Schul.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he ends up in Milwaukee. Stasny.
Yeah. Ben Schulthius. He is 6'3" from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. He is also a Green Bay Gambler. I believe he goes to college.
I was gonna say, what's so cool about the Gamblers? Not because we're in Green Bay.
I don't know, but I know they have a really good college, really good junior core. Vladislav Yuramenko, Western Hockey League juniors.
He'll stay junior. If he has eligibility left, I have a feeling he'll be a junior.
I think that.
Or do you think he'll make the jump?
I think he'll make the jump with the year he had last year, with it being like the best year in his career. I think he'll feel comfortable enough to make the pro jump.
So he'll bet on himself and make the jump. So he'll be in Milwaukee or Nashville?
Probably.
Because technically Milwaukee is a pro league.
Milwaukee, most likely.
Okay.
Ethan Hayter,
He'll be here.
He's committed to UConn.
All right, never mind. He'll be there.
Nicholas Westerholm, he does have one more year on his contract with Saipai in
And
Finland.
honestly, I hope he comes over, but I got this funny feeling he's going to stay.
Okay. Connor Ingram, he'll be here in Milwaukee, most likely, with Saros and Pekka. Obviously, barring nothing happens.
And the fact that we got Grossnick, we're going to need goalies here. So
Justin Fazio, he just left his last year of college with the Queen's University.
please be here. We need goalies, and we need them now. Damn it. Now. We need goalies.
Thomas Vamaka, he has 2 more years of college
He'll
eligibility.
stay. At least one more year, anyways.
Milan Kluchek, he has 1 more year of junior eligibility with the Czech Republic.
I say he'll probably jump.
He'll jump next year, I believe.
After his eligibility runs up, I say he'll jump before. I say he'll jump.
Tim said, bring Duchesne to Nashville.
We've all been saying that.
We've been serious.
But now this year it seems like it's a huge possibility because he has been meeting with the Predators organization. So
Yeah, and to narrow it when it comes down to him, if it comes down to money and home, Nash's going to be his place. If it comes down to his hockey etiquette, it's going to be Montreal.
So he'll be a hab.
Yeah. So it depends on, and it also depends on whether he wants to win now or fight through a rebuild. Because Montreal can't bet on Carey Price anymore. They don't have the defensive because Shea Weber can't stay healthy.
Yeah.
Which Nashville bowed out
Shea
of.
Weber's also getting older too.
So Nashville bowed out of that one pretty easily.
Dude. What? I had to fart. My bad. But yeah, I was checking our run time as well. Yeah.
All right. So that's that. And this isn't counting the camp invites that are, guys in the AHL who are still free agents, guys who didn't sign yet who are still free agents. This is just the development camp roster. So Fazio is a development camp invite. Ben Schulthesis is a camp invite. Adam Karshirik is a camp invite. Jeremy Blucher is a camp invite. Dylan Moulton is a camp invite. Hunter Garlett is a camp invite, but he signed with Milwaukee. Bobby McMahon is a camp invite. Andrew Coxhead is a camp invite. Currently, Juuso Parssinen is injured, so he did not partake in camp.
What list are you looking at now?
The development. This is just there's a little thing down here.
Because I was going to say, we literally just went down the roster for development.
I'm just telling them who camp invites are, and then who's injured at camp.
All right.
Lucas Craig is injured.
What type of injury?
Don't know. I don't.
That's undisclosed. Hey, what am I asking that question for? All hockey injuries are undisclosed. Unless people actually see the injury on camera of a guy having his leg broken too. If they dare say it's undisclosed, they're lying to the face.
All right, so the Future Star game is at the Ford Center in Antioch at 7 o'clock on Saturday, which you could still get tickets for. I believe they're like $15.
Let's go to Tennessee.
I wish.
I know, right? If only we were that close.
Next year, goals.
This year, goal. Get down to Tennessee for a Preds game.
Next year, goals. Go back for camp.
This year, goal. Go to a game and go to Admirals game outside of Milwaukee and Rockford. I'm thinking Iowa or Chicago. Or
Manitoba.
Grand Rapids. Or maybe we'll do your mom a favor and go down to Arizona and see a Tucson Roadrunner. It may not be an Admiral game, but maybe we'll do your mom a favor and go down there and pay her a visit. I'm sure she wouldn't mind it if we all came to give her a visit. What's so wrong with that? I didn't say any derogatory. I'm just saying we should do your mom a favor and go visit her. She'd probably like it.
Hi.
Hey, people.
Hi, Robert.
Hey, Robert. How's it going? Hey, we scared him away just by asking him how's he doing.
Anyway, this has been from Milwaukee to Nashville. I'm Daniel Goodman.
Yeah, that's how we're ending the show, people.
This
Bye,
is
guys.
Christopher Draves. We will see you guys on Monday.
Oh yeah, ain't that when the
Monday, probably about if something happens, we will definitely be sitting here all day. But Monday,
yeah, we're definitely gonna pop out some content Monday because that's when the shoes start dropping and
everything happens. So thank you.
Subscribe to us on YouTube. Like our videos. Watch our videos. Like us on Facebook. Watch our videos. Tell your friends. And for all of you currently do that already, thank you. Also, YouTube, click that little bell so that way you get notified every time we go live.
Yep.
Peace.